How's it going, guys? Nintendo enthusiast here with RGT85 Shawn Long. How's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad.
I wanted to have you on the channel, talk E3 2021. I'm really excited. We have 5 Nintendo predictions each, but before that, Switch Pro. Do you think it's happening?
I don't think it's happening before E3. It's
Okay.
not happening during E3. So I do believe that it exists, but I think Mochizuki screwed the pooch by putting a timetable on it.
So it's not coming this year?
I don't know. Like, if it's announced after E3, I mean, that's sort of a large window. And the whole thing of it is, like, why wouldn't you talk about it at E3? Because it would give developers who are allegedly working on games for this the ability to show off the games running on the Switch Pro and the system itself, from first-party Nintendo games. You wouldn't want to gimp your own versions of your own games just because you didn't want to make an announcement if it's not coming out this year. So, I don't know. The whole situation has definitely taken a very strange turn because there were so many people adamant that, at the time of the filming of this, it's on a Thursday, but last Thursday was supposed to be it, and then maybe the Thursday before that, whenever Mochizuki's report first came out. I don't know. It's a very bizarre situation to me, and it didn't happen today, and it's not going to happen tomorrow, more than likely. So I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me think that maybe it's still this year, even if it's not at E3, is the fact that they revealed the Switch Lite so close to whenever it came out. It was like, I think, less than 2 months later, it actually came out from the announcement.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a different system because
it is more like a step forward. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be doing things better.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a better system, whereas the Switch Lite, it didn't do anything better. It had better battery life, but besides that, it didn't do anything better. So it was just a cheaper alternative. So something like that, I feel like you could just, you don't have to hype that up all that much because people are going to be hyped on the price point. Whereas this, you have to convince people to want to get it, and what better way to do it than at E3 with games? But It seems like that's not happening.
Yeah, it's really strange. And after these few games come out, like Monster Hunter Stories 2 and what was the other one that's on? Oh yeah, Mario Golf. We don't really know what Nintendo has planned aside from a few other big titles. Well,
there's No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, that's true.
August.
And Bayonetta 3.
Skyward Sword. Well, Bayonetta 3 doesn't have a release date.
Yeah, you're right.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, that's supposedly in, was it November or October?
November 11th.
November 11th, yeah. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm sure that'll have a trailer at E3 with the release date, because that was pretty much a for sure leak, because they leaked it themselves, right?
Yeah, Sega did.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into our predictions. What is your first E3 prediction? What do you think's going to happen?
Smash character. We're gonna learn about the new Smash character, and it is Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty big one. Mine is.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion.
Okay? So, Crash for sure. You think is happening? Yeah. I'm sort of on the opposite end. Crash is more of like that PlayStation character, even though he's multi-platform. He has a history with PlayStation. I'm thinking with all of these Xbox things happening, with like Phil Spencer putting the Switch behind him, and then during that live showcase that Xbox actually did, they put another Switch in the back on the shelf. I'm thinking maybe Master Chief shows up in Switch. That's my first prediction.
Master Chief shows up in Smash?
Yeah, in Smash.
Without a Halo game on the system?
Without a Halo. Just like Cloud.
Yeah.
I mean, Cloud did. He showed up without any.
But he did. But eventually.
Yeah, he did eventually.
And technically, you had Halo DS that was in development.
Yep. I was talking about that.
So I guess that could count.
Yep. Okay, so what's your second one? I already pretty much gave my first one too.
Bayonetta 3, I think, is going to be there, and I think it's going to be a 2021 release.
Okay, well, here we go again. We just shared another prediction. Bayonetta 3 was on my list. It's happening this year. It has to. It got revealed almost 4 years ago.
And, I mean, Astral Chain's been long done. Platinum hasn't really been doing much outside of, like, the wonderful 101 remaster and then some stupid, shitty... Oh, sorry, I cussed.
The channel has changed since you left.
That weird... It was like a weird mobile game that they did, like, that nobody cared about. So I feel like this game is very far in development, and yeah, I think it'll be 2021.
I really hope so, dude, because I love Bayonetta 2. It's like one of my favorite Switch games, even though it's a Wii U game. So that was one of my predictions as well. So go ahead and do your next prediction.
I think Monolith is going to show off their new project, but I also think that they're going to show off Xenoblade Chronicles X, and it will come out this year.
So
A
do you
port
think
to the Switch?
Do you think their new project is Xenoblade or something new?
I think it's something new.
Ooh, that'd be kind of sad because I really want a new Xenoblade game.
We don't need one. We got one. We got Xenoblade 2 on the Switch.
Yeah, and then the port. But yep, we definitely do need.
If you're gonna have if you're gonna have the other 2 Xenoblade games, you need to have the one that's actually really good. You know, the one that's the best in the trilogy.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't know about that. But
by far, the story is better. The characters are more interesting.
In X, the story.
Yes, there's no, it's the Monado. No, get out of here. You got Skells flying around. You got. It's such a better world.
I will say the world is so awesome in X. It's fantastic. But I love the
side quests are better. The little city that you go into and you got to do weird random side quests. I love that game. And that's a game that needs it because it ran good on the Wii U, but you had to download all those texture packs and shit that took up your whole memory on the system.
They had
in order
texture
to get
packs?
the best.
I didn't even remember that.
They had texture pack. There was 2 different things you could download. You could download a texture pack, and you could download something to make loading times faster on the game because the loading times were so crazy because it was crippling the system. Like, put it on a system that can handle it, where you can do those texture packs. You can have font size that you can actually read when in handheld mode, and like, it'll be great.
Switch Pro, dude, go all out with it. 4K resolution, of course, upscaled 4K, but I think that game would look great on Switch Pro if it is a 4K console. But yeah, I would love to see X on Switch, and I'd love to see their next game as well. Now, my next prediction, since it's finally one that's not similar to yours, N64 games finally being added to the Switch Online subscription.
No.
You don't think it's ever going to happen?
I don't. No, I don't. And
Never.
I think if it does, you'll get GameCube. I mean, Game Boy before you get.
That would be cool, and that would make sense. I mean, I don't know though. Like, I feel like with N64.
But I want it, yes. But I just don't. Because I mean, they could still charge you for N64 games if they really wanted. They charged you for Super Mario 64, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a bundle though.
And you bought it.
Yeah.
You bought it.
Yeah, I did buy it. I definitely bought it. I still think N64 isn't out of the realm of possibility. Is it coming this E3? I don't know about that, but it might be.
You just said it was. That was your
prediction. My prediction, but it might be one of them situations where you know how the new Nintendo Switch only played the Super Nintendo games. I mean,
yes.
The new 3DS only played the Super Nintendo games. This new Nintendo Switch, whatever it is, might be the only one that plays N64 games.
No, come on, get out of here with that.
You never know. It's Nintendo. All right, what's your next one?
I believe that during Nintendo's E3 presentation, we're going to see another RE Engine game being ported over to the Switch.
Okay.
Now that they've had that engine running with Monster Hunter Rise, you have a plethora of games to choose from. You have Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake. If you want to do it, a native Resident Evil 7 or a native Resident Evil
DMC.
8, Devil May Cry 5. Yeah. You know, there's so many games that run on that, and I think you might as well port one of them to the Switch because you've ported over all of your other. You've got all these Devil May Cries, Resident Evils. You might as well port another one. People will buy them.
For sure.
So.
And that perfectly leads into my next prediction because I think that Resident Evil Outrage, I think that's just a code name, but the next Resident Evil game is going to get revealed, and apparently it has a marketing deal with Nintendo, and it might even be a timed exclusive on Switch. So I think Resident Evil Outrage might get revealed now that Resident Evil 8 is in the rearview mirror.
Is that Resident Evil Revelations 3?
I think so, basically. I don't know if it's going to be called that though, but I think it is going to be like the third-person co-op focused Resident Evil game.
The good ones.
I love the Revelations games, especially the first one.
Yeah, I do too. More so than I didn't love 8. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, I still like Revelations 1 more than 8.
Yeah, well, Revelations 1 is a freaking masterpiece.
Thank you. God, I feel like I'm always screaming that into the abyss.
It's one of my favorite Resident Evils, and I'm someone who's played pretty much every Resident Evil.
Dude, it's like literally my top 3. It's so good.
Yeah, I put it top 5 easy.
Yeah. So what?
I have to think about top 3.
So what's your next prediction?
Well, this is number 5.
Yeah.
We've already gone through the list. Zelda. It's going to play a huge role.
35th.
There's going to be a big Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, and there's going to be at least a Wind Waker Twilight Princess double pack.
Okay. Now what about?
And the justification is because Because I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's Skyward Sword. They released that on its own. But the difference is, with Skyward Sword, you actually had to do shit to the game. You had to change the controls, completely revamp the controls. Whereas Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, they already have HD versions of the games that came out on the Wii U. You're
Easy
just porting them over.
Yeah.
So I think at bare minimum, it'll be a dual pack. Could be a triple pack. There might be a little Ocarina in there, but at bare minimum, a dual pack.
I'm hoping this isn't related to that collection, but I'm hoping with Skyward Sword they speed things up a little bit when you like pick up those collectibles that like you used to upgrade your shields and stuff. Every single time you picked one up, the game would slowly pause, do a little ching, and then it would slowly unpause. And then they just need to speed that up a little bit. I remember being annoyed.
I've honestly blocked that game out of my mind because
are you going to play it?
Didn't like it
on Switch?
Yeah, because of the new controls. Because I hated the controls on the Wii.
Yeah, I didn't like them either. Okay, my last one. This one is kind of pie in the sky, but crap. This is for Nintendo's E3, so... Oh, wait, all right, screw it. Yeah. I think this isn't going to happen during Nintendo's, but it might happen during E3. I think Persona 6 is going to get a tease, and it's going to be multi-platform for the first time, the Persona series.
I mean, Sega and Atlus did say that they wanted to do more multi-platform stuff in general, and a lot of people were like, well, why did Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown only come out on the PS4? I feel like that was done beforehand. I think that could happen.
It's crazy because Persona 5 it sounds nuts, but it originally came out in Japan in 2016. So that's a long development cycle. I feel like Persona 6 has got to be well underway. I understand there was Royale and all that stuff, but still, I think Persona 6 might actually be nearing the end of development, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it this year.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It's hard for me to say because, spoiler alert, I don't give a shit about Persona, so
I love Persona.
I don't really follow it all that much. That's the part of Sega that I don't care about.
Do you like SMT or no?
I played one on the PlayStation 2, and I played one on the DS, but no, like, I'm not going to pick up Shin Megami Tensei 5 when it comes out.
Oh, okay.
Like,
that's actually gonna be my first SMT game. I'm pretty excited to try out the series.
They're good. It's just it's a little too traditional
anime.
Yeah, a little too anime, a little too weeby for me. And it's just I just for whatever reason can't get into it just because I've never been a huge fan of that the kawaii stuff.
Yeah. Well, dude, thanks for coming on. Let's see which predictions come true.
All of mine.
I'll have to do
all of mine.
All of yours will come true.
I think so.
Okay. I hope so, because I definitely want to see some of that. That sounds awesome. But yeah, before we go, any pie in the sky thing that you would love to happen?
Switch Pro.
Switch Pro, okay. That
Just do it.
Just do it. We know it's real.
Like, really, at this point, it's ridiculous.
For real. Well, dude, thanks for coming on. A lot of people probably think that like we don't even talk anymore, but I talk to you like every single day almost, so it's pretty funny.
Much every day.
But yeah, thanks, dude, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Later.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. And if you're feeling really generous and you want to see some more E3 coverage, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting all of my reactions to the Nintendo Direct next week. It's really exciting stuff. So yeah, if you want to hang out, make sure you hit that subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.